Okay, if you will all join me in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everybody. Oh, Mayor Kuhn is away tonight doing some important research on how we can improve Halloween celebrations here in this village. So, a quick meeting. Oh, goodness. Well, yeah, maybe not. I'm calling them. We're gonna start tonight with public hearing.
Public hearing number one, Village of Homer will hold a public hearing on September 9th, 2025 in the Town Hall in Homer located at 31 North Main Street at 6 p.m. for the purpose of hearing public comments on the Village of Homer's community development needs and discuss the possible submission of one or more community development block grants applications for the 2025 program year. CDBG program is administered by the New York State Office of Community Renewal and will make available to eligible local governments up to approximately 24.2 million through the 2025 CDBG program, with up to 20 million specifically available for public infrastructure projects and the remaining for housing, economic development, public facilities, and planning activities with the principal purpose of benefiting low to moderate income persons. Village of Homer is applying for up to 2 million CDBG funds to construct a much needed Newton Waterworks water tank. The hearing will provide further information about the CDBG program, including progress towards beneficial goals, program objectives, and will allow citizen participation in the development of any proposed grant applications and or to provide technical assistance, develop alternative proposals. Comments on the CDB program or proposed project will be received at this time. The hearing is being conducted pursuant to section 570.486 subpart I of the CFR and in compliance with the requirements of the Housing Community Development Act of 1974 as amended.
At this time, are there any comments or questions concerning this public hearing? Okay,
It's a good idea. I mean, we're all for it here. We need that water tank.
I agree. At this time, I'll entertain, and seeing no further comments or questions, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close it.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This time, the public hearing is now closed. Thank you. We move on to our regular agenda. Anyone care to make a motion to approve the minutes from our August 26th, 2025 meeting?
They need to be amended. On the last page, it says the mayor will not be on the 5th. It's the 9th.
Thank you for that correction.
And I think in that same paragraph, it says, I think it should say village needs a liability binder agreement, but I could be wrong there. Instead of binding agreement, I could be wrong.
I bet you're right, because the other stuff you see later about the little white church and stuff. You know, that property, so it probably is a.
Maybe that could be.
So you
found
probably
out.
are correct.
But the 9th is certainly, the date cannot fit.
Sure, I'm sorry, and could you show me where's the line for
Yeah,
the binder?
right here. Right,
Oh, right after it. Okay.
it's a bit of legalese that I don't know, so.
No,
Fine.
probably fine.
Binder.
It's a binder?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I move we accept the minutes for August 26th with the amendments in mind that we just mentioned.
I'll second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Yeah.
Unanimous. Yeah. Moving on, the next up is the treasurer's report.
Let me do it.
Please.
Authorize the payment of the bills, A-fund vouchers, 664 through 717. 96,777.66. F&G fund vouchers number 191 through 205. $129,141.52. E&A funds. And that was gets me. So I got a dirty mind. Vouchers number 19, $842.
We have a motion to authorize the payment of the bills. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, a show of hands,
Aye.
unanimous. All right, moving on to reports from offices The written report should be available to any guests who are here tonight if you need to see them, but they've already been circulated among us. Let's start with the cemetery report. Does anybody have any discussion concerning the cemetery report?
I'll make a motion that we accept the cemetery report as written.
I second that.
Any further discussion?
Harry Coleman's gonna fix some grave markers and, things like that. He's a great mason, so we really appreciate him doing that kind of thing.
The season is coming to a close. I know they're gonna act fast. I'll see a show of hands to accept the report. Thank you, unanimous. Next up is the codes report.
Does a great job on that. That software really, really is good.
I move that we accept the codes report as submitted.
I'll second. Any further discussion? Okay, show of hands. Thank you, unanimous. Next is our job report. Actually, a cat report, just so you know. Our animal control report.
Got adopted, that's good. I'll make a motion that we accept the animal control report. That's good.
I'll second. Any further discussion? Show of hands concerning the animal control report. Aye, unanimous. Okay, next up is DPW.
If you see, and then just that there's a separate addendum that was mentioning how far they've gotten 3,246 feet of sidewalk done in the walkable communities and have just have 560 feet left. Which is amazing that they got all that done and the repairs, I think, to the James Street all this summer, so.
Yeah, we have a lot of great people working in DPW, no doubt about it. I'll make a motion and we accept it.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? No? And with the motion to accept the report, unanimous, thank you, and thank you to our DPW report for all the work leading the sidewalk project. Next up is the fire department report. They have been busy. It's always impressive to see how many things they respond to in the village and then throughout the area, including that fire at Camp One. Yes.
We've been. Most of the things in Homer, I guess they had one fire, but it's mostly people having strokes and breathing and EMS kind of stuff. Thank God we don't have any fires or that many, but these other towns, man, they've had some bad stuff. So we got a great fire department. They're right on top of it.
Agreed.
They're the best.
Agreed. Thank you.
So make a motion to accept their report.
Thank you.
Second,
Any further discussion? Show of hands, aye, unanimous. All right, next up, we have the police report. We also have Chief Pittman here in case there are any questions or concerns. Is there anything you'd like to add tonight to your report?
I was gonna mention the 9/11 ceremony, but I see that's down there for new business.
Here, we're gonna cover it, but let's hammer it home for everybody. The 9/11 ceremony is scheduled for 6 o'clock on 9/11.
Up down the 9/11 memorial next to the fire department, starts right at 6.
I'll be there.
I will be there as well.
Perfect. Eddie,
What's that?
you gonna be there?
I gotta check my thing, cause I teach at night at the
Okay,
city
okay.
court, so I gotta
I
say.
just put the heat on, you know, a little bit.
It's all right. I can take it. I'll be there if I'm not teaching
I
that.
think we put a pretty good program together this year. We're dedicating it to Flight 93. Jack Eves has helped us tremendously with some sound bits. So just looking to hopefully get a good turnout. Public's invited. We asked other first responders from neighboring agencies to jump to it. So, you know, we always do a pretty good show, but you know, looking forward to this one here and honoring those we lost. So.
I think you're the only department that has a ceremony on 9/11 in this county that occurs after work so that more people can attend, right?
Well, McGraw's doing it at 6:30,
Oh,
but like to talk to the mayor to see if we can push it back to 7, because I wouldn't mind going down to that one afterwards, you know. But City of Portland's having one starting at 8:30, also on 9/11, so.
I'll make a motion that we accept the chief's report as written.
second them.
Guys did a lot, 524 calls, that's a lot in a month.
It's busy.
Any further discussion? Show of hands, aye, unanimous. Thank you, and next up, we have our recreation report, and we have our recreation director here for any questions you might have. The end to a very busy summer.
Yeah, and the kids.
Start of a very busy fall, right?
I use Facebook to look for hot rods. I'm part of the hot rod group. But I see Homer Rec comes up. Maybe the AI knows I'm from Homer, but I see stuff that you have on Facebook with pictures of the kids and that stuff doing sports and stuff. So I assume it's probably you that's putting it in. So here I am up in Adirondacks. I get to see what's going on in Homer. So I guess it's working. So
Yeah.
anyhow, so I appreciate that. So
I've
thank
gone
you.
to the professional component, which I don't know much about, with the number of views and.
Yep.
I definitely look at it.
Interactions, it's
Yeah.
pretty big.
Great.
So thank you. I'll make a motion that we accept that rec report as written.
And for further discussion, I just want to note that Andrew has included the numbers of kids who are participating in our fall football and cheer program. It's up to almost 200 now. So that's a tremendous
Huge.
amount of participation here in the village and participation from parents who are volunteering their time to coach and to support the teams. And that's a lot on you now that so many of your summer helpers have gone off to college.
They are all gone, and Mike is also gone back to school. He's still employed with us as needed if something comes up, but yeah, it's just me right now.
Thank you.
Good thing you got strong shoulders.
All right, we had a motion. Did we have a second?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Finally, we have our water and sewer report for the month.
I'll make a motion that we accept the water and sewer report as written. Not a whole lot, but they did a lot of fixing stuff.
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Thank you. All right, moving on. Next up is privilege of the floor. And now open. Going once, going twice. Seeing no show of hands, we will move on to old business. And our first item tonight is an update on our grants.
A number of things to talk about. First, monies for the simulator upstairs have come in. Monies for our FEMA projects from last July are in. Not necessarily a grant, but it's something from state CHIPS funding for this quarter has come in to pay for all the road work done over the summertime. One of our DRI projects, a small project fund that was slated for the village to run, is not going to be run by the village anymore. It will be run by the IDA BDC. The reason why it's doing that, one, it's something off all of our plate, which is nice. And two, if it goes to the when it goes to IDA BDC, they actually get admin dollars for running. And they'll run it on our behalf, obviously in conjunction with us. But if we kept it in-house, we get no admin dollars. So it's a pretty easy transition. And it's nothing that has to be RFP or anything. It's just moving it from one agency to another agency, so to speak. So that's in the works. I believe IDA BDC have already signed on to that, and more to come with talks of how we work together in that relationship. Linear park funds, Schultz shed funds still not in. I anticipate sometime this month. We did send out an RFP for our smart growth update to our comp plan. We had 5 responses. 2 of them were off the boat non-responsive. What we found non-responsive. We are entertaining 3 others. I shared that with you folks. Pat and I, and perhaps 1 or 2 other folks will try to get some interviews, take it up for next week with either 2 or 3 firms that we feel are most responsive. And then hopefully we'll secure that by the next board meeting. We can secure a contract with whomever the village chooses. So that looks to be done, and we will most likely be asking for an extension on that. It actually sunsets a year from now in September. The plan, all responses laid out a 2-year time frame. and a 2-year timeframe is definitely needed. And so, talking with the states and talking with some few other folks, I think we have a good, case to get a year's extension. We'll be doing that in our next, annual report, which is at the end of the year. So we'll be asking for that. I don't anticipate any issues with that. I believe that's all, right?
Dan,
Yes,
how about it, Dan?
Dan will be asked for an
Dan.
extension,
Oh.
I'll ask for a dam extension for another year. So, because the RFPs could not go out at this time, and we actually have to do, talk about a binding, binder agreement. Need to work out with Albany regarding the parking lot, because we're gonna have stage there with the contractor and us when that work is done. So, and the water was pretty high most of the summer anyway. But
Okay,
I
yeah,
will be
I
asking
just-
for an extension for
I
it.
was hoping that we were gonna get it done this year, but that stuff happens.
Just a lot of things on our plate.
I understand. So, very good,
Yep.
Dan.
Thank you.
And another grant update that I failed to highlight when we were going through reports from our different agencies. Chief Pittman successfully obtained a grant in the amount of $7,214 to support traffic safety, which is going to go into effect on October 1st. What's the money gonna be devoted to?
I was, majority of it is for traffic enforcement, there's a portion of it, for the seatbelt. Enforcement, in next May. So it's a reoccurring grant that I've applied for probably the last 7, 8 years, so. I was actually looking for new equipment, but I got nothing. I'll keep trying. I wanted to get another speed trailer, new radars, but, yeah, I'll keep trying.
Well, thank you for continuing to stay on top of things. Next up, an update on town hall renovation. As you may have noticed outside, there are signs that work is happening down in the basement.
Yeah, the remediation work and then also demo work happening, I believe, at the same time. But maybe town supervisor might be here, but I'm sure there's other things going on, but that's, as far as I know, those are the chief things that are happening right now.
It started, that's great.
And a new parking plan will come with that as the work progresses. So parking plan for residents and parking plan for those who work here at the village. That's still TBD, but that's coming.
Next up is a Portland County sales tax change. Since our last meeting, the county has voted to shift the way they collect sales tax from the municipalities, and the village and its budget will be impacted by this change. So going forward, we're going to be looking carefully at our budget to see what changes we need to make, or if there are other ways we need to adjust our spending or our tax revenue to make up the difference. That is for future days.
It just goes to show that the county thinks the city people are more important than the village people around the things. They give them 5 times the amount of money the village gets, 5 times. You know, so they think the city people are more valuable, really pisses me off. I mean, really, I mean, it's not very professional of me to say that, but, I mean,
No, I
they
agree with
voted
you. I've
5
voted.
times more money for city people. Just look at the money versus the 15,000 people. The millions they got and the hundreds of thousands that we get for 3,100. We can do the calculations. It's over 5 to 1. So they think the city people are more valuable than people in McGraw or Cincinnati or any place except the city. It really ticks me off.
I don't want to be pitched into a battle between municipalities like Homer and the city. We value.
Well, it's
them,
not
they
the
value
city. The
us.
city did great.
Right.
I don't blame them.
No,
It's the county.
I just continue to be frustrated that the county didn't do a hard look at its own spending before changing the
I
way it
agree.
collects
I
money from other people.
agree.
Because now we have to do that.
They
hard look.
put, they put the burden on the villages and towns.
And there's not been additional services outlined with the reallocation of spending that they're taking.
You know, yeah, anyhow, it's just poor management in their behalf. They mean well, but they just are. They're over their heads. They're nice people, but they need a manager to run the county is what they need probably. Somebody can do that. Hopefully this new guy is. Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, moving on.
Hopefully it'll be very helpful
Thank
for
you.
them. Next up is the update on the HR consultant. In the past, we voted to contract with an outside HR consultant who can provide some services to the village and help us with our policies.
Yep, that work has begun. The consultant has debriefed everyone here in the village office, except for myself. That's coming up on Friday. The following week, she'll be talking to department heads. And then looking at various policies and things like that. She already has the whole handbook and things of that nature to coincide with the work she's doing. So it's just an ongoing effort.
Fantastic. Thank you for the update.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions?
Nope. Okay, going on to new business. Item A is Oktoberfest at the Homer Festival grounds on Saturday, October 25th.
Perhaps our rec director can give us an update on what we are to expect.
So, that coincides with our Halloween parade, which, usually kicks off at 5:15 and heads down Main Street. I have to get with the chief if he's still here or comes back, and, he mentioned last year that we might change the route a little bit for safety reasons. 5:15 to 5:30, the parade goes to the kid zone, which we started last year. Bounce houses and activities in the basketball courts. Last year we had bratwurst, hot dogs and sauerkraut by the American Legion at the community building. This year, we've contacted Homer Hops. They're gonna bring a small beer pony type setup. The Oktoberfest will go from 5 to 8 PM, so it's a short Oktoberfest happy hour type thing. Out of the blue, a group contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in a Oktoberfest group. And I said, well, what do you got? They're called the Steam Boiler Works, and it's actually let me see if I can give them full. German marches, waltzes, chicken dance, polka, etc. At no charge.
Dance.
Lederhosens and
Entertainment.
Sounds like a win-win.
yeah, so I might put out a donation bucket.
Oh,
if
sure,
they're
of course.
Open to that, but we have to work.
For
on-
drinking, it'll be easier.
Yeah, we have to work on the logistics, because they requested to be indoors. We're gonna hope for good weather. We know that the seniors are down in the community building. It's mentioned that they've kind of taken over some space, so we're gonna get down there and check on the logistics, but it seems like it's gonna all come together and be a great night.
Super.
That's exciting. And is this gonna be our third year doing this?
Third year for the Halloween parade, And
the
it's kind of
second
added
year
on.
for the festival.
second year for Oktoberfest. And it's grown manageably. Didn't come out, too big, too fast and flop, so this year we're gonna add on and. Homer Hops is working on their beer permits and all that on their end, and
Great.
we're gonna make it work. And
Homer
we've got
rock.
great weather.
Sound like fun?
Homer rocks.
Would this be an appropriate time to go off cue a little bit on something else real quick, since we're talking about the county taxes and all that?
Sure.
It has impacted recreation, whatever's going on with the county and the city of Cortland, the fighting. I received an email today that the county has taken away the Cortland County Office Gymnasium from the city. So that will no longer be a venue that will be available for our John Tobin Basketball League to play in, practice in. So it's kind of trickling into everything. They've taken it away from the youth bureau. Very unfortunate.
Are there other locales that aren't being considered, or is there?
Well, the John Tobin Basketball League utilizes the YWCA, the YMCA, the high schools. When the schools weren't available, games were brought over here. We accommodated 3 weekends. So we're gonna be willing to do that again, but just very unfortunate.
It is.
Is there any-
And a side note on top of that, I think part of the limited space, the Cortland Youth Bureau is now also set out that programs will not be allowed to enter more than one team in a division, which affects Homer greatly, because we have 2 teams in a lot of divisions. So I saw Cortland Youth Bureau, they're gonna have registration limits, which I am adamantly opposed to limiting it to 10 kids per team. We get into a very slippery slope, and It's not what municipal rec sports are supposed to.
It's supposed to give everybody a chance to exercise and have fun.
So,
It's not about, the very best only can play.
I reached out
Love it on
and
Taxpayers want their kid to play, even if he may not be a superstar.
And the schools and the nonprofits like the YMCA and the YWCA that provide a space and forego any revenue they could be generating themselves on those days. So that so many kids can participate. Youth basketball has been an absolute success in this area. So many of our kids participate. And I'm very sorry to hear that there are going to be rules on how many teams we can have, because we do have a number of grades where there are multiple teams, because so many kids are excited to play with their friends and learn some new skills.
Did the county indicate why they're removing access for the youth bureau or for the city board?
That didn't come through to me at the rec department. I am also on the Portland Youth Bureau Rec Commission.
Okay,
And the tone was, and this is, it was a tit for tat type of thing.
Got it.
Where we're not getting along, so we're gonna take that away.
Sounds like our media ought to do one of those research things,
That sounds
Find
like,
out what's going on.
if there was something else.
Could
they
be
were
a
thinking
series.
That could be a revenue like there
Just
could
saying.
be a reason, but if it sounds like it's a tip, like that doesn't seem like a reason. That to affect this many kids and this many families and, this many municipalities, doesn't seem like a,
So we just
Fair
don't wanna open the
reason.
building on the weekends.
For me, it's a big deal. I grew up in
Yeah.
Portland, going to the county office gym, using it for practices, using it for games, using it as a place you can rent and bring your.
The county's for everybody,
And
supposedly.
so this is, they.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Taking away that space, but rest assured, the Homer Rec Department has reached out to the athletic director and the 2 varsity coaches, and we're already coming up with alternatives and maybe opening up our space so we can keep going the way we're going.
we appreciate the brainstorming.
And I hope people ask their legislatures about why this has happened and what brought this change about, and whether it's gonna be the pattern for future years. I think, I'm sorry Reed's not here tonight, we'll ask him when he comes next.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
update, though.
All right, next up, we have, this is a very popular event here in the village. Oh, sorry, skipping over the 9/11 ceremony, which we talked about. Once again, I do want to remind everybody that the 9/11 ceremony will be taking place on Thursday at 6 p.m. right in the front of the Homer Recreation Building and I again thank the Homer Police Department for its leadership in pulling this together with the cooperation of the fire department and other local law enforcement. It's always a wonderful event. And the Legion for people to come together.
I was just gonna say, thank you for continuing to host it, because I know there have been discussions I've seen in the media that people are starting to forget. Because it happened so long ago, so I appreciate that they're still focused on. The events that happened that day and just the impact that it continues to have on some of us.
Thank you. Okay, next up for the board, we are looking at having a fall amnesty day on Saturday, October 18th. Going from 8:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. This will be facilitated by DPW. Certainly, we have a lot of residents who come and take advantage of this day, but I do need a motion at this point to declare this fall amnesty day for next month.
We'll make a motion to declare Saturday, October 18th, 2025 as Fall Amnesty Day, running from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Homer DPW.
I second that.
Okay, and any further discussion? As usual, they will be checking IDs. This is for village residents, and hopefully people will use this opportunity to take care of some things they need to move out of their homes. See a show of hands. Aye, all in favor? Thank you, unanimous. Next up, we have before us some adjustments to the 24-25 fiscal year budget. This does not authorize any new spending, take away any support for spending that we've already voted on, but it does move some items from one account to another. And it's been put together by our new bookkeeper. Dan, do you have any further comments about the adjustments?
Nope, not at this time.
Does anyone have any particular questions about the adjustments that they see before them?
Nope, this is as you said, I'm good with it.
I think my only request is for future is simply just quick one page on top that says a couple bullets of what the changes were, just to summarize, to make it easier for us to evaluate the shifting.
Sure.
You know,
That's all.
it's got the parentheses around them, so those are, and anything in
I
that
know.
budget modification.
But in most,
There's a lot of them.
in many budget
I
things
mean,
I've
it's
done,
almost every line.
that's what I'm saying, in most
Change.
budget, if there's a summary that tells
Yeah.
you what it is,
Yeah.
that's all.
Okay.
I trust that these all are changes that need to be made, and not, it's more just giving the descriptions.
I appreciate how it is labeled, but sure, there's always.
It's confusing. As an example, clerk treasurer professional fees, I just looked at it. It says the budget adopted was $5,000. Budget modification, 25,000. Modified budget is now 30. Now, maybe that was always 30, I guess. And somehow, I don't know, he must have done a lousy job of the first time. Then. That's a pretty significant
Not
error.
that's a lousy job, it's
Yeah.
that particular line is taking care of Pronexus. The
Yeah.
consultant that we.
Yeah, I understand, but I mean, we
the work
didn't
that we
budget
did,
the
to actually
25.
do some of that work
Yes,
itself.
but that's because we didn't expect to not. to have
No,
the
no,
gap.
I'm not.
in-
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
for it, but it's just, wow.
Yeah, I think this speaks more to software and accounting than it does to any changes in
Yeah,
priorities.
yeah.
But it probably would be a good idea for the members of the board to arrange a time to sit down. With yourself and with our new bookkeeper to talk about the changes that she's brought into village accounting so that we can be on top of spending.
Sure.
Have a better
We're
understanding of
definitely
things.
gonna get that during a budget,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that'll be exciting.
I appreciate all the work that's happening.
Oh, yeah.
It's more just the explanation part,
Yeah,
that's
All
all.
right, do you need a
I
motion or?
do. I
is
need
this-
a motion to accept the fiscal year 24-25 budget adjustments.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I will second.
Any discussion?
As long as it doesn't
we've already
change the
had some.
budget, we've already done
Show of hands?
it. Aye.
Aye, unanimous, thank you. Next up, we have the Portland County Health Department. NWW compliance order.
New waterworks compliance order.
Thank you.
The last couple of years, the village has put in multiple grant applications for the water tank. They have all been not successful. And one of the chief ones is the WIA grant, which is out of the state, which is for water infrastructure. And the reason why we haven't been getting them is that our points are not as high because Newton Waterworks does a great job. And we have good facilities. And so the thinking now is, and the tanks, everyone knows about the tanks. The county knows, we know, certainly the state knows. The two tanks that are across 81, which even if they were perfect tanks, of having a pipe that runs under a federal highway is probably not the smart way to go. We need to put it elsewhere. So the location for the new water tank is up above the cemetery, just where the one that was built in 04, I believe, is there. And the new tank that we want to put there is just for redundancy. It has nothing to do with it. That tank is a problem. It's not enough. We have plenty of water. New Waterworks takes care of that tank. We have plenty of water. That is not the issue. The issue is just redundancy and getting it out off of, under 81. Now, those tanks over there, they're 100+ years old. Yeah, do they need fixed? Yeah, they do. Do we want to fix them? No, because that's just a waste of money. So that's why we want to get over here. So the thinking is Cortland County graciously gave us a compliance order saying, tisk. You need to smarten up. And one way you smarten up is apply for grants and applications, and we said the county, well, yes, that's what we would like to do. So this will go into all of our applications for the state, CDBG, I think even our R&D, rural development. So this compliance order goes, see, we're telling you we need this tank. Here it is. Here's the black and white that says why we need it. Not just
Yeah, I
our,
read
not
it
just
pretty
our
closely.
word.
I thought it was pretty good for exactly what you said.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's pretty, yeah, plus our chlorination stuff and all that,
Yeah,
so.
that speaks to some of the pump stations.
Yeah.
That work is already ongoing and coming in. We've already got, engineering should have designed by winter, spring next year. And this board will pick what pumps we want to fix, what we want to wait till later in another budget year. So all this work has just been ongoing, and village is trying its best to uphold the infrastructure, keep the good work that we're already doing, but also working towards the future and making sure things are in place for 10, 20, 50 years, just like trustee Finkbeiner has said over the years. We need to make sure our infrastructure is up to date and taken care of.
I have a question. That if the state and just keep saying, hey, I'm gonna give it to Poughkeepsie or downstate, you know. By the way, downstate is anything south of the Thruway, according to me. Other people say it's everything upstate is north of the Verrazano Bridge. I mean, there's a lot of debate. But anyhow, can they force us to do it and change our taxes, like take over the village budget if you keep failing on
Take
getting
over
this?
the village
and
budget,
force us to do it?
that scenario, I wouldn't be familiar with, but as far as satisfying a compliance order, yes. Do you have to satisfy it the following month? No, you have time to put it in budget, you know, even in multiple fiscal years of taking care of this. As
Well,
long
that's
as,
what I'm
as long
worried
as,
about,
as
yeah.
long as the health department sees that we are working towards it, we fix that aspect
Okay.
and that aspect and so on and so forth. That satisfies the compliance order.
No, that's great, because if we had a, you know, order, all of a sudden, you talk about our budget getting whacked, there's $2 million. Said, okay, there you go, bam. That could be horrible.
No, we would have multiple, again, we'd have multiple fiscal years to satisfy.
Okay, yeah, we're working it, so I just, you know, that's the. The stick that they have, that they can't force us if we have to, if we keep failing. I don't know how you would do that, fight it a little bit at a time, I don't think that's still not very easy to do either.
Let's hope,
Anyhow,
let's hope the next
let's
application.
hope we're
works.
doing well, so anyhow, thank you, Diane, for all this.
Yeah.
Thank you for the creative approach to showing how we are going to get our points up for future grant applications. And thank you ongoing to the support from the county health department and Newton Water Works and to our local water department for everything they do to keep the water in such great shape. Next up, comments by attorney.
Real briefly, we have to go into executive session, talk about a labor matter. And I talked with the mayor, I knew he was gonna be away tonight, I think, at the next board meeting in September, we'll have move forward with the process of transferring the land that we own on the park. We'll do that, and then I also think we'll, be moving forward. We'll give you a little bit more direction as to where we're standing on adopting the new code. Okay, so that will be, 2 weeks from today. Okay,
Thank you for that preview.
you're welcome.
Now on to comments by board members. Ed, would you like to start?
Bloviated enough tonight.
Nobody noticed, so don't worry.
It's okay, it's on record, you know, and I stand by it.
I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, I'm still picked 5 to 1. Just, you know, let's look it up. Terrible, anyhow, moving on.
All right. Ed Porter.
I don't really have too much to say other than, so. I've been at this for a while now and I've learned quite a bit that I didn't expect to be learning. And it's been great, serving with you all. So I really appreciate it. And, hopefully we're doing good work for Homer, the village. It's gonna be difficult, I know, with this, upcoming budget season. So not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to working with this board to hammer out what's the best budget for the village. So
We get along really well. I
That
think
is
you and I.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything more. I keep complaining about the county, but you know,
We can complain again about the county in 2 weeks.
like, that's why I figured, you know, we'll just spread it.
It just keeps blossoming.
Right. Before we move on, are there any questions from the media?
Well, you got your mission to go look at that basketball course. Could be some interesting, you know,
Discussion.
editorials and stuff like that.
Okay, at this time I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session pursuant to New York State Public Officers Law, Article 7, Section 105, to consider a labor issue.
I'll make that motion and we do that.
second that.
Any discussion?